I want to welcome my next guest, Texas Congresswoman Miss Jasmine Crockett. Good morning to you, Congresswoman, and welcome back.
Good morning. It's good to be here with you.
So we're here. You know, all the hard
Yes,
work.
yes.
Well, what do you want to say?
No, I was just going to say I'm so happy that tomorrow's election day. I don't know that I could survive. I don't know that there's enough coffee left for me to make it another day. So I am so excited that it has finally arrived.
Well, you've run for elections before. For heaven's sakes, you're a congresswoman. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
about the prospects of a woman, not just a black woman, but this close to a woman becoming the president of the United States? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I honestly am that person that cannot stop running long enough to really take it in. I think for me, I will probably crash and it will all hit me. And I'll be very emotional, not just that it's a woman, but also that it's a black woman, and also that it is specifically Kamala Harris, someone that I look at as a mentor of mine, someone that I consider to be the great encourager of me, even in those times of doubt myself in my own career, and someone that was an inspiration to me before I ever imagined that I would ever be in Congress. But watching her as the only black woman prosecutor that I saw in the country as a young black lawyer. And I can only imagine the generations of girls and women throughout the world that will be inspired by her, not just because she is the most powerful woman in the world, but be inspired by her because they can see themselves in her and understand that if she can become the president, there is nothing that we cannot do. And so I'm just blessed to live and to see this moment up close and personal, and to have my very own stories on the trail about what it's been like to support such a phenomenal candidate who also just happens to be a historic one.
So you know her better than most of us, the audience. Uh, how, I mean, you know her from the inside out. So we're sitting here and we're trying to figure out what kind of a person she is, how much strength she has. You know that. What do you want to say to us, those of us who don't know her like you know her, just what we'd be getting?
Yeah, think about your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your sister, your brother, whoever went to a HBCU. Think about them first. I will start there because as we know, HBCUs are such special places because they always instill this great sense of pride in what it is to be black. It is a space unlike any other space. And so that is kind of at the core of who she is. That is the foundation. We always talk about people's education being their foundation. This is at the foundation and core of her. And not only do I have the privilege of knowing her directly, but also I've met line sisters of hers, people that have known her since college. And, her line sisters are on their own bus tour right now, right? The fact that this is a real one, somebody that is better understanding of our very real circumstances in this country than probably any other president that we've had. A lot of people like to tell their stories, but I mean, when you look at the Bushes, that's been a political dynasty. Even when you look at the Clintons, while, Bill came from, Hope, Arkansas, and not necessarily, this rich upbringing, we know that, he became a pretty young governor and a pretty young president. We're talking about somebody that truly has had this kind of rocket trajectory when you look at the totality of her time in elected office. And it was never necessarily written for her to be in any of these spaces. This is somebody that listens. As we consistently heard that Black men were struggling and did not know if anybody was listening to them and had an agenda, she made sure she put forth an agenda that was responsive to what she heard Black men were really wanting answers on, not just throwing something out there. I've been at a dinner table with her where she is asked of me, even as a young freshman member of Congress, about different things. We want leaders that will listen to everybody and see everybody, and not ignore or try to act as if they are above. This is somebody that you can trust, understands what it was like when we had to deal with our overdraft fees. And so we saw that this administration made sure that those $35 overdraft fees got cut down significantly.
You know, Congresswoman Crockett, just promise me you'll bring that energy and excitement back to us, if only for a moment, after the election.
I absolutely promise.
All right. That's Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. It's really an exciting time, and we'll see what happens on tomorrow. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.